What's up, my lovely Reese Cups? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and give this video a big thumbs up. And if you already been here, welcome back, welcome back. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you all in regular speed how to do these pink pretty nails. So as you all see right now, I'm just using my sander bit to buff her nails down and get all the dead cuticle and the shine off of her nails, because you don't want any cuticle or shine on your client's nails. And yes, as you see by the title, she's a nail biter, so I'm going to be showing you all how to get some pretty laid nails on nail biters. Some time will be spared, but most of this video will be in normal speed. So now, as you all see, I'm showing you all how I use my cuticle ball to get all the dead cuticle from the back of her nail and push her cuticle back without having to use a cuticle pusher. This works very well with lifting, so you can prevent all lifting with this piece here. And as you all see, when I use my sander bit and my cuticle ball, I have my drill on a low speed. I have it about 12-15 RPMs. So it's not really going that fast, because you don't want to burn your cuticle, well, your nail or the cuticle on your client. So you want to keep it at a low speed. So now I'm going to dehydrate the nails with some alcohol. You can use dehydrator, it works just the same. So I'm going to use my C-curve nails. So when I measure my client's hand, well, nail, I want to make sure that it reaches from sidewall to sidewall. You want to make sure it do not get on the skin, just nail to nail. So I'm measuring that, and I want to make sure that when I put the nail on, when you do that with a nail biter, it's okay that the glue get on her skin, because it will. And you want to push down on the nail just so it won't look like her nails are lifting up, because on a lot of times when people do nail biter nails, it looks like their nails are lifting upwards instead of going straight or downwards. So you want to push down on that, because once you put the acrylic on the nail and get to filing, that glue will lift away from her skin. So now I want to go ahead and take my straight scissors and cut the nails down to where my client likes them. And then I'm going to measure them by putting each nail together to make sure that they're the same length. And then also, when I do my shape, as far as coffin, stiletto, almond, whatever, I want to make sure that I cut out just a tad bit, not too much in, because you don't want to cut too much in, because if you do, you will have an uneven or a crooked nail. So you want to make sure you cut out as much as possible, because you will do most of your cutting in with your drill and your file. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend the nail tip in with the natural nail. So I'm going to make sure that this is on a very low speed, maybe 10 to 12 RPM, because you don't want to burn your client's nail bed. So you want to go ahead and try to blend that in just a little bit and get all the extra glue that you got on the nail bed, and just work your way up the nail at a very, very low speed. Don't go too fast. And by the way, I am using a coarse bit, and you can use your sander bit for this also at a very low speed. So now I'm priming her nails, and I'm just putting a little bit from sidewall to sidewall and make sure I'm getting down by the cuticle but not too close by the cuticle, because you don't want to get the primer on your client's skin. So now that I let the primer dry just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and work my acrylic. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pat from side to side and then in the middle, and just work my acrylic up the nail just a little bit. And I recommend for beginners that you use a smaller brush, because I'm using a size 14, and that you want to at least do 3 balls when working. That's 3 acrylic balls when working up the nail. I am going to do 2. Well, no, I lied. Once I looked through the video, I did 3. So I am going to put 1 in the middle, 1 closer by the cuticle, and then 1 a little bit closer to the cuticle. You want to make sure though you don't get it on the cuticle, because you don't want to have to try to file that off, and that also will burn the skin, and you don't want to have it on the cuticle because that can cause lifting. And then once I'm done, I like to add a little bit more acrylic in where my apex is at, because I want to build that up just so that my client do not break her nail and have a nice thickness to it. So for the clear nail, as you seen at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be using this pretty salmon glitter. And with my clear nail, I am going to just put a little bit of this nude acrylic at the bottom of her nail and kind of blend it in with the clear tip. And then I'm going to place my glitter pieces on the clear tip, and I might put a little bit of pieces on the nude, but not go all the way up her nail with it. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to encapsulate it with some clear acrylic. So I want to make sure everything is layered very, very thin. So in this back area, I'm doing this very thin, just making sure that I cover her natural nail. And by the way, to lay these glitter pieces, I'm just wetting my brush and laying the glitter on the nail. You can wet your brush and just grab a tiny bit of clear acrylic to lay your glitter, or you can just wet the brush and then kind of lightly go over the glitter with clear without dragging the glitter off the nail. You want to make sure you're cleaning your brush off each time, because you do not want any of these glitter pieces or this acrylic to stick in your brush, because you don't want to have a messed up brush. I'm telling you, I done had that happen to me plenty of times before. I done messed up brushes plenty of times before I knew how to clean them out, and they were just horrible. I was going through brushes like every 2 weeks. So my client had asked me why do I pick up a bead of acrylic and then I look at it and set on a paper towel. So I explained to her that sometimes a bead can be dry and sometimes a bead can be too wet. So I picked it up and I showed her how that you see this bead here and how it has that little white powder still right there and the liquid have not absorbed in it. That is not a good bead because it stays dry. Once it has liquid absorbed all the way through it and it wipes on the brush like this, that means it's a good bead. But if it's too runny, that means it's not a good bead. So I was just showing her the difference between a dry bead, a runny bead, and a regular normal bead that you would want to pick up. So I was showing her, as I showed you all, what beads to keep and what beads not to keep. So now that I'm done with that and I did all my buffing and fouling, I'm going to go ahead and use my gel top coat to sprinkle some pretty white glitter on top of this nail. So once I'm done putting my top coat on and I put it on the bottom of this clear nail also just to give it a very great transparent glass look, I cure this for 60 seconds and then I take a brush and I go across the glitter nail with it just to make sure all the excess loose glitter comes off, and then we're done. And then once I do the same thing to the other hand, we're done. And these are how these nails came out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next video. Mwah.